Hello, it's me.
I remember staying home sick as a kid, and between watching episodes of The Price is Right, Judge Judy, and infomercials for Cake Pops,
how about lions and tigers and bears?
Oh yeah.
once in a while I saw this Australian green gecko acting up a storm for the American public to save 15% on basically anything you'd need.
And you two motherfuckers need Jesus.
Today I present to all of you a cultural staple, a true icon, and I spent about 45 minutes the other day googling Geico commercials while me and my girlfriend were waiting for the train, and because of this I think my brain must be broken, and it's also a sign that it's a good time for me to make this video. So today we will be talking about
Geico, nostalgia and consumerism.
and I know what you're thinking, but David, the channel's called Rethink Retro, and your icon has like a controller or like a brain, and it's about gaming maybe. I don't know. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to rebrand? You want me to be like Rethink Gekko? It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Geico is an auto insurance company, and with Geico,
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
This company's advertising campaigns are so prolific that they've leaked into the fabric of American culture. And let me tell you, I could live without another person taking time out of my precious Wednesday, to yell.
Hump day!
Get happy, get Geico.
And that is 15% of my day Geico cannot give me back. The first ad to show the Geico Gekko appeared between 1999 and 2000, and he sounded a lot less like the Gekko from Down Under that we've all come to remember, and more like...
Mr. Gekko.
This is my final plea. I am a gecko, not to be confused with Geico, which could save you hundreds on car insurance. So stop calling me.
Geico, a 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Yes, that is the dark, velvety, sultry voice, might I add, of Kelsey Grammer, known for his role as Sideshow Bob from The Simpsons. Now, in my opinion, that's pretty cool. This incarnation of the Gekko was used until about 2005, when he received an overhaul to look more like a gecko and less like Play-Doh. That was a bad joke. Who wrote that? Oh yeah, I wrote that. Here I am. Since then, this green boy has been in over 150 commercials for the company as Geico's longest-running mascot. In 2016, Geico was the top-spending brand in the US, putting over $1.4 billion in advertising. Investor Warren Buffett said he would have spent $2 billion smackers a year in Geico ads if he could. We all remember other Geico mascots, including the caveman, this pig dude, and probably some other mascots we should just forget about and let fade into obscurity. Now, the question I pose is, when an animated reptilian mascot for a car insurance company becomes nostalgic, what does that say about the melding of commercialism and culture? Now, I don't think it's just Geico, and I also don't think it's just me, because I know a lot of people who have nostalgia for other cultural American classics like
animal crackers in my soup.
I have a structured settlement and I need cash now.
And I mean, at least our kids aren't playing with car insurance company mascot toys yet. The other day, a friend of mine sent me a song and asked if it sounded familiar. It was an okay song, kind of sounded like elevator music, and I knew it from somewhere. It was itching the back of my brain, but I couldn't put my finger on it until I stumbled upon this. I had this weird nostalgia for a grungy caveman offended by advertisements created by the same company creating the advertisement that I was currently watching and being nostalgic for. And don't get me started with my weird love of seeing this gecko overact for a fake blooper reel.
Someone help me! I have a flat tire!
That's just meant to be amusing. I don't know. I think it's charming. This character has superseded its existence as a simple mascot and is reaching Kermit the Frog levels of honorary humanhood. I mean, this gecko has like a star on a Walk of Fame, an active Twitter account with a very large fan base that posts Gekko memes, and even a book on Amazon, by the way, which Geico would really prefer if you took it very seriously. And they pretend that the back of the book doesn't have a very dramatic black and white picture of a literal computer representation of a fictional gecko. The Gekko is a writer, motivational speaker, TV personality, and advertising icon. He has his own star on Madison Avenue's Walk of Fame in New York and was named one of America's most beloved spokes-characters by Forbes magazine. The Gekko lives and works in Washington, D.C., where he currently holds the position of brand emissary for Geico Auto Insurance. I mean, even look at this picture. The green Gekko machine looks like it'd be collaborating with Stephen King, dropped the hottest auto insurance thriller of 2019, guaranteed to chill your bones, and to save you 50% or more on boat insurance. Spooky. I think that our nostalgia has turned these mascots into cultural icons because millennials were the last generation of people who grew up before media and technology held such an important role in our day-to-day lives. Things have changed and progressed so quickly that we yearn for a simpler time, but really, the simpler time was just a handful of years ago. Kids today are born into an ever-changing technological landscape, and they've adapted to it. Kids don't need to go outside and meet their friends to build connections. They just log on to Fortnite, and they don't need to scroll through channels on their television until they find something they want to watch. They just open up Netflix or Hulu or YouTube. Things now are much easier. It's easier to get in contact with someone. It's easier to find something you want to look for and watch, and it's easier to get information. But still, something about all of this feels sterile and less personal. And I think in trying to capture our youth, we've latched on to even weird things like a clown that sells hamburgers or a marketing team that created a gecko to be more likable with customers.
You've got mail.
And what I'm trying to say here is that there's probably something seriously wrong with all of us if we have a fictional gecko as a cultural icon, but then again, who cares? Why can't I be nostalgic for auto insurance mascots, or Vikings singing about annual annuities, or cheap injury lawyers, or cake pops? Seriously, I'm still thinking about those cake pops. That $1.4 billion must have been well spent because every one of those advertisements has become iconic, except...
Whoa, too close. In 15 minutes you could do a lot, like make a train wreck of a commercial, or save buckets of cash on car insurance. Now if you'll excuse me, it's sexy grandpa time.
I'm not your daddy, I'm your grandpa!
It's definitely not a new phenomena for advertisements to be nostalgic. In an age where we absorb media constantly, I'm curious what kids 15 years from now will look back fondly at with those rose-tinted glasses of nostalgia.
Has confirmed there are new cases showing up in Florida. Good evening, everyone.
More here, it's called the Tide Pod and Tide Challenge. Hard to believe it.
You know what? Never mind, let's not think about that.
Now available to own on video and DVD.